start with after praise and we will continue. Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Bhagavati uttam shloke bhagavati nashtam. Krishnaya vasudevaya. Vindaya namo. Hare Krishna. So we are discussing second canto. So we have discussed in 8th chapter where Parikshit Maharaj had asked several questions. So Shukdev Goswami starts replying the answers to Parikshit questions. So first thing he explained is that the connection between the body and the spiritual living entity is only happens by the influence of Maya. Otherwise, actually, there is no conception. So because of that, he suffers this aham mameti misconceptions. But how to come out of that? By performing bhakti, he will be freed from all these misconceptions that he has described. So in order to describe more about how the Supreme Lord is different from the Jiva, he narrates one incident that happened between Lord Brahma, one conversation that happened between Lord Brahma and the Supreme Lord. So that which gives rise to Chatushloki Bhagavatam, so which we will discuss. So once upon a time, Brahma, for the Brahma, in order to reveal knowledge about the Supreme Lord, so the Lord showed his own form when Brahma is situated in his pure bhakti in tapasya. So once upon a time, Brahmaji was sitting on his lotus. At that time, he wanted to create the universe, but he is not getting the knowledge of how to do creation. So that time, he heard some 2 syllables, which is like, it is mentioned that 2 syllables composed of the 16th and 21st sounds of the alphabet. So that means 16th is ta, 21st is pa. So ta, pa. So tapa, tapa. Like that he heard 2 times the word. So which is said to be the wealth for the people who doesn't have any material desire. So Brahmaji, when he heard tapa tapa, he wanted to find out where these words are coming. So but he could not find anyone. So therefore, then he understood that someone is instructing me to perform tapasya. So therefore, let me engage in tapasya. He is instructing for my beneficial thing. So therefore, let me concentrate my mind. So he started performing tapasya. So for 100 celestial years, he performed tapasya, and because of that meditation for 100 celestial years, actually it is like 1000 celestial years. So that time, the Lord is very much satisfied with his tapasya and his meditation on the Lord. So he showed his own personal form to the Brahmaji. So what Brahmaji saw, that darshan of Vaikuntha is described in Bhagavatam. So very nice description of how Vaikuntha looks like, what are the characteristics of Vaikuntha. So Brahmaji, he saw that Maha Vaikuntha, that Vaikuntha, there is nothing superior to that Vaikuntha. It is above all. And it doesn't have any suffering in that Vaikuntha. And it doesn't have any confusion or any kind of fears like fear of offenses which may exist in this world. And which is always prized by the Devatas. So in this way that Vaikuntha is situated. And there are no Rajogun and Tamagun in Vaikuntha. And also there is no mixture of Sattva mixed with Rajas and Tamas. So, and there is no influence of time. So what to speak of Maya? So, and what to speak of Maya cannot influence that Vaikuntha. So therefore, what to speak of any products of Maya, such as all the material elements. And in this way, that Vaikuntha is free from all the three moods. And also, in that Vaikuntha, all the inhabitants that are living, they were all fully dedicated to the Lord. And because of that, they are all worshipable by all other personalities in this world. Like Devatas, Asuras, and devotees, everyone worship the Vaikuntha people. So that is the glory of Vaikuntha people who are living there. And the nature of the inhabitants of Vaikuntha Vasis, it is mentioned that they look similar to the Lord. They are like Shama, they are like dark in complexion, Shama color, just like Krishna or Vishnu is bluish color. Similarly, attendants are also of the same color. They are very effulgent and they have very beautiful with lotus eyes, and they also wear yellow cloth, and they are very pleasingly looking, and everyone is very youthful, and they also have forearms just like Vishnu, and they also wear many ornaments which are like shining, and they are all of different colors, and they wear earrings, crowns, and several different garlands. So in this way, they are all still look similar. So only thing is that the Lord is having Srivatsa on his chest, which represents the Lakshmi Devi. So in this way, Lord is distinguished from all others. And in that Vaikuntha, there are also airplanes where the inhabitants use the airplanes to travel, and those airplanes are like when they are traveling. So because they are accompanied by these Vaikuntha people, they are which are blue in the color of clouds, and airplanes are in the color of lightning. So it appears that they are in the color of golden color. So it appears that sky is filled with clouds and flashing lightning. So, because the celestial women are also shining along with the inhabitants of Vaikuntha Vasis. They look like the clouds. And like Lakshmi Devi, she is always engaged in worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord along with her many associates. So in Vaikuntha, Lakshmi and all her associates, they always serve the Lord Vishnu. She is the Swarupa Shakti of the Lord. And she sometimes sits on a swing, and bees surround her, and she sings about the activities of the Lord. So in this way, Lakshmi Devi in Vaikuntha is situated. And so after describing the Vaikuntha Vasis and Lakshmi and other ladies, the beauty of the Lord is also described. So Lord he is situated in Vaikuntha. He is surrounded by all his devotees and such as Sunanda, Nanda, Prabala, and Arhana. These are different names that are mentioned. So he is the Lord of Sacrifice, Yajnapati, and the Jagatpati. So he is situated in that Vaikuntha. And how he is situated, what is his disposition? He is always want to give mercy to his servants, and it is very pleasing to see the Lord in Vaikuntha. Like everyone's eyes were filled with happy to seeing the Lord, and he had beautiful smile, and eyes are like the rising sun, how it looks shining with orange color, like that. His eyes are tinged with red, and he is also having kirita and wearing earrings and all other ornaments, wearing yellow cloth. And there is a special line called Srivatsa on his chest. So this is how he is distinguished. So that is a representation of Lakshmi Devi. So he was situated in the throne, and in the throne he was surrounded by his different Shaktis. So those Shaktis are mentioned as like 4, 16, 5 energies, and temporary powers and all other powers. So are situated in that spiritual world. So what are those Shaktis that are mentioned is that like the 4 Shaktis can be the Dharma, Jnana, Aishwarya and Vairagya, which are mentioned in other scriptures. And also they are like personification of Ruk, Sama, Yajur and other Veds. And there are also mention of 16 Shaktis. So they are like 16 personalities who are the gatekeepers who are surrounding the Lord. So their names are also mentioned. Chanda, Prachanda, Bhadra, Subhadra, Jaya and Vijay, Dhata and Vidata, Kumuda, Kumudaksha, Pundarika, Vangam. So like that, several names are also mentioned. And 5 Shaktis of the Lord, that are also the personalities like Kurma, Ananta, Garuda, and the Vedic meters and all the mantras. So in this way, they are all situated. Or they can also refer to different other varieties also. Even Maya, along with her products, they are also situated there, but it cannot have any influence on the Lord. So, and also Swarup Shakti of the Lord is also situated. So in this way, the Lord, Supreme Lord is situated there, surrounded by all his energies and beautifully shining. So in this way, he is situated. So Brahmaji, as soon as he saw that Lord situated shiningly, he felt very happy. He felt joy in his heart, and his hair stood on end, and tears flowed on his eyes. And therefore, he offered respects to the lotus feet of the Lord, and he, seeing the Brahma, Lord also became very happy, and with a lot of love, he touched Brahma's hand with his own hand, and he spoke to Brahmaji with a slight smile. And he was Lord Brahmaji is also expressing love towards the Lord, and Lord is also expressing his love to the Lord. So Lord started speaking. So he said that I am very much satisfied by your penance, because you want to carry out the creation of the universe. So in general, it is very difficult to satisfy me by penances. I cannot be satisfied with the penances of even greatest of the devotees, greatest of the yogis. So therefore, you performed bhakti towards me, and all are auspiciousness to you. Therefore, you can ask me a benediction, because I can offer any kind of benediction. And in general, any person who is performing bhakti, the ultimate goal, ultimate result of performing that bhakti, that end in seeing me. So seeing my planet only, just you have seen my Vaikuntha planet, that itself reveal all knowledge. And in fact, previously also, it is me only out of my message. I have given you the words tapa tapa. Like these are the words I have only spoken. And when you are alone, you heard those words and performed the tapasya. So that time also I showed my mercy. So because you are bewildered how to create this universe, therefore I spoke. Actually, this tapasya, which is there for attaining me, that is actually my heart. So, and I am also the heart of those austerities. So that austerity here refers to the devotional austerity, basically. So in general, if there is a shloka like Aradito yadi hari tapaktim, Naradito yadi hari tapaktim. What is the use of tapasya if one doesn't worship Lord Hari? Or if he is worshipping Lord Hari, what is the use of tapasya? Like that one shloka is there. So where it mentioned that tapasya is in general means devotional service for the pleasure of the Lord. So that is what gives happiness to the Lord. So the devotional austerity pleases the Lord. So and so if people perform austerities for some material pleasure, so that is not my heart. So without me as the goal, austerity is without life. But when performs to satisfy me, that austerity is very much pleasing. So because that is actually performed without any desire. So therefore, I am very much pleased. Therefore, I have shown my planet. So actually, I am also through that tapasya, I create this whole world and I destroy, I maintain this universe again and again by the power of tapasya. My power also arises from in that austerity, which is like spiritual. I renounce all the material enjoyment because I am master of spiritual sadhana shakti. So detachment is with my detachment, I can create, destroy the worlds. I don't have any attachment in that. So in this way, Lord spoke to Brahmaji and asked him to perform ask him to perform the ask him to ask for a benediction. So Brahmaji, he started a question. He was very much satisfied, and he started speaking that you are situated in everyone's intelligence. You are the controller of everyone, and also situated in the intelligence of everyone. So you know what all the things that everyone is desiring. You know what all beings desire because you will be able to see with your complete perfect intelligence. So therefore you know what I want, but still since you have asked me to ask for a benediction, so therefore I am again requesting what you are asking me. So please tell me, I want to understand the spiritual and material forms of one you because you don't have any material form. So please tell me about your material and spiritual forms. So in this way, he asked one question. So, and then he also asked, like you have different energies. So with those energies, you perform so many activities like creation, maintenance, and destroy of this material world. And also, just like a spider creates web, you create and it plays for some time, and you also wind up. Similarly, you with your energies, you create, maintain, destroy this whole universe. And also, like the same thing, you also like you also have your internal energy. So that through that internal energy, you perform various activities of sometimes visible to some devotees, sometimes not visible. So please give me intelligence so that how I can understand. So tell me about all your different energies, how you are working, like both material Maya and spiritual Maya. Please narrate. Then how your energies will work with Yoga Maya and Maha Maya, how you carry out different pastimes in relation to these energies. So please narrate that also. That is one more question he is asking. And finally, he put forward one more question where he said that please give me guidance so that I will perform this service of creation without any lethargy or pride or false ego that I am doing, and without any bondage I should be able to perform. So please give me guidance in this way. In this way, he asked 4 questions. So Brahmaji, these questions were answered by the Lord in 4 verses. So that these 4 verses that Lord speaks, they are called as Chatushloki. Chatushloki means 4 shlokas. So this is said to be the original Bhagavatam, which the Lord spoke, like all the Bhagavatam in a concise form in 4 shlokas, which expanded into the full Bhagavatam. That is how Chatushloki is explained. What is that Chatushloki? We'll see. So Brahmaji, after putting forward these 4 questions, he also requests that since you have touched my hand with your hand, I have been treated by you as a friend. It's a friend. So therefore, I should not get any lethargy. I should be situated in your service, and I should not become overcome with pride. So please give me the direction in that way. So hearing that, Lord started speaking that I will narrate the supreme truth. So these are the 4 Chatushloki Gitas. Before that, he gave some prelude where 2 shlokas he said that I will narrate you Jnanam Paramabhushyam. I will narrate you knowledge which is very secret. Yad Vijnana Samanvitam. Along with the realization of that knowledge, I will speak to you. And Sa Rahasyam Tadangam Cha. I will also speak very confidential knowledge, very confidential thing. And also its Tadangam, its part. Gruhani Gaditam Maya. Please take it, please accept it when I speak. So what Lord is speaking here is that please understand that I will give you knowledge which is very secret, the knowledge of my spiritual form. And also, yes, Vijnana Samanvitam realization means I will give you the realization of the form. So realization of that form also I will tell you. So Rahasyam here indicates Prema Bhakti, which is said to be very, very secret. And Tadangam is Sadhana Bhakti, by which that Prema Bhakti arises. So, I will speak this, you please accept it. So like that he is saying. By this knowledge he is saying that you can understand Yavana, how much size, whatever dimensions I have, Yata Bhavo, whatever intentions I have, Yad Rupa Guna Karmaka, what are my forms, what are my qualities, what are my activities. All these things you will Tatayava Tattva Vijnanam, all this knowledge you will be able to understand by this. Astute Madamigraha, by my mercy, let all these things be revealed to you. So before speaking Bhagavatam, is benedicting by Brahmaji that by my anugraha, by my mercy, you will understand how my form is situated, what are the dimensions, what are my intentions, my form, qualities and activities, all these things will be revealed. So that is a benediction Lord offered. And then he started speaking this Chatushloki. So he's saying that aham evasam evagre. So these are like very elaborate commentaries there, but I will briefly mention what the essence of that commentary so that we can understand. So aham evasam evagre nanyad yad satasat param. Actually, I only existed before creation of this universe. There is nothing existing, and that me that I'm existing, which is like called as Brahman. So that Brahman, which is Sadasat Param, which is different from whatever is created and the further creation. So I am non-different from that Brahman aspect. So I am the Supreme Lord. He is pointing to his own form. So and Brahmaji and saying, so Brahmaji is currently seeing Lord Vishnu's form and is pointing to his finger and saying that I only existed before the creation of this material world. And I am non-different from Brahman. And even after creation also, Paschadaham Yadetascha. I only am situated as the universe and as well as the Lord in the spiritual world. And after creation, Yoga Shishyeta Sosmana. I only remain even after destruction of the world. So, what is this first shloka is saying that Lord Vishnu is mentioning that I existed even before creation. So at that time there is no Brahma, there is no Shiva, but I existed before. So that is the glory that I am situated. Even after creation, now also I am existed in two forms. One is material form in the sense of universe. This universe is also material energy of the Lord. So in that way I am existing, and also in my spiritual world and also in several incarnations, I also exist during maintenance time also. And after annihilation, when everything is annihilated, I only remains. So in this way, this shloka is confirming the position of Lord Vishnu as superior to matter. He is situated beyond matter. And also, this also indicates that he is, when we say Lord exists, when a king exists, so that means it doesn't like he simply existed like someone has existed village last year. So that means last year when he existed in that village, he is doing his activities also. So that doesn't mean he is not doing anything. So when the Lord said he only existed in the beginning, so it indicates that he is performing his own activities in his own spiritual world. So in this way, his pastimes are also said to be attendant. And also, when a king exists, when a king is coming, that implies all his retinue, all his entourage, it is also coming. So therefore, I exist before creation means I exist along with all my associates. So the associates are also there, which are with the Lord. So therefore, associates of the Lord are also beyond matter. So that is also implied here. So this way, Lord and his associates, they exist before the creation and after the annihilation also. So therefore, in this way, the Lord, his existence through all the three phases is mentioned here. And also next he says that Vrite addam yad pratiyata na pratiyata chatmi tadvidya atmano mayam yata basavya. Means he's saying that whatever thing that you see in this world, so if you should understand that my maya, by which the real objects are sometimes perceived through vidya, and sometimes false objects are perceived through avidya. So one should understand that how my Mahamaya and Yogamaya are working. That's how we see. So I will elaborate. So when Mahamaya, like external Maya, is acting on someone, so Maya has three potencies called as Vidya, Avidya, and Pradhana. So through Vidya, one gets true knowledge. Through Avidya, one gets false knowledge. For example, in a room, when a light is there, we can see pots and chairs that are existing. But if light is not there, we cannot see chair, and we may imagine that some snake is existing. So this is compared to when light is there, we are able to see the things as it is. Similarly, when the Vidya portion of the Lord is there, through that Vidya, one can understand that he is the Atma separate from this body. But at the same time, if one is afflicted by Avidya, he thinks he is this body, and therefore whatever sufferings that body gives, that he is suffering. So lamentation and illusion, they are related to avidya shakti. So because of that, he will identify with the body. But by the same vidya, which is also potency of Maya, he will be able to see himself as a soul separate from this body, and therefore he is situated in knowledge. He will not suffer. So yada bhasveda tamaham is just like light is there or not light is there. So that time we can see clearly or we cannot see clearly. So wrong understandings will prevail, and true understanding will be hidden. So in this way, my Yogamaya works. In this way, my Mahamaya acts through Vidya and Avidya. So at the same time, the shloka can also imply that the Lord's Yogamaya, so which is like his internal potency, also acts in relation to his devotees. So, for example, Mother Yashoda, she was looking into the mouth of Krishna, and she suddenly saw the universe. So, like through Krishna's internal potency, Yogamaya revealed the universe to Mother Yashoda. But after some time, it also hid that form with Mother Yashoda. So similarly, Brahmadi in Brahma Lila, he kidnaps all the children, friends of Krishna. So that time Krishna only expands all his friends. So that time Brahmaji, when he returns, he saw that all the boys turned into Vishnu forms. And again, he saw after some time all those Vishnu forms merge into Krishna. So sometimes Krishna reveals some forms, and sometimes he hides some forms. Similarly, for Arjuna, he showed Vishwarupa and then Vajra. So therefore, Yogamaya sometimes reveals some forms from some devotees, and it also hides some forms from devotees. So in this way, Yogamaya also works of Krishna. So in this way, how different Mayas of the Lord, they will work, that is explained in the second shloka. And then it says that, so just like elements, they enter or does not enter into all the bodies. For example, our body is made up of Bhumi, Rapan, Anavaya, Manu, today. So all these earth element, it is situated in our body as well as it is situated in the outside world, in the prapanchas. So just like the elemental is presented in our body as well as outside, Similarly, I also enter into everything, and at the same time, I will not enter into everything also. So that is how I exist. So that means in past times related to this material world, I am always remain detached. But in past times, in connection to devotees, I will be attached. So in this way, I have connection with this world, and at the same time, don't have any connection with this world. In this way, I am situated. So this way, my energies and myself work in relation to this world. So that he mentions. So in this way, etavadeva jijnasam. In this way, one should search for knowledge. One who is willing to know about the knowledge. Tattva jijnasanatmana. One who wants to know the knowledge, he should be always jijnasyam. He should be always inquisitive to know about all this knowledge, by which Anvaya Vyatireka Abhyam means directly or indirectly one should try to practice this. The person who desires to achieve the best goal, he should understand what is that best sadhana through this process of Anvaya Vyatireka. That means what process will give me the ultimate success and what process will not give me ultimate success. So Anvaya means directly the process will give success. Vyatireka means if I don't perform that process, there will be no result. So that process one should be trying to inquisitive about that process. And one more quality of that process is it should be sarvatra, it should be everywhere and sarvada at all times. So that process one should follow. So actually, if like analyze, that process is nothing but bhakti. So because it is mentioned in the scriptures that without performing bhakti, any activity will not give its result. So therefore, bhakti satisfies the criteria of yatireka, where if it is not there, still the activity will not give result. But directly also, if one simply performs bhakti, even the results of all other processes will also come. So it satisfies the criteria of direct anvaya also. But other processes like karma or jnana, it is mentioned that even if one performs karma, without the support of bhakti, it will not give result. So it is failing the characteristic of yatireka. And anvaya, it is not failing. And without even karma, just by performing bhakti, one can attain success. So therefore, it is failing the category of yatireka. Same thing applies to jnana and yoga also. So therefore, and moreover, the process which can be practiced sarvatra, everywhere, sarvada, always, that is only bhakti. Because all other processes, they require, jnana requires purification of heart. Karma kanda is given up after the results are attained. So it is not always practiced or it is not everywhere practiced. But bhakti can be practiced by any kind of person, any kind of age, any kind of living entity, even animals can also perform. And it can be performed at all times. Sarvatra Sarvada, that's verse is also come in Bhagavatam. Like you mentioned that one should always Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma. Always one should worship, fear, glorify, and remember the Lord. So that is process is bhakti only, because no other process can be practiced all other times. So in this way, this indirectly, this shloka is indicating that one should practice bhakti, and the practice of bhakti is like two types. One is sadhana bhakti, by which one will attain prema bhakti. So and sadhana bhakti and prema bhakti, they are like same practice. One is in raw state and another is in a mature state, like ripe mango and unripe mango. If unripe mango is situated in the tree, after some time it will become ripe. So similarly, sadhana bhakti, if one continues to perform, it will after some time gives rise to prema. So in this way, this is the knowledge of sadhana bhakti is one should inquire about this process to attain that knowledge. So in this way, 4 shlokas, he mentions about his form, his existence throughout the 3 phases of time, and how his energies are acting in this world, in the material world, and as well as in the spiritual world. How Lord is situated in this world and at the same time not situated. Is detached from all the material activities but attached to spiritual activities. So this process of bhakti one should always trying to understand. So there are 4 topics for Chatushloki Bhagavatam, this is there, which is what is elaborated throughout Srimad Bhagavatam. These are the 4 seed verses which are like elaborated into full Bhagavatam. So this is called as Chatushloki Gita. I have given this knowledge of Chatushloki Gita. You follow these instructions in detail with sweet concentration. So therefore, by this, you will not be bewildered at any time during your lifetime and also in its various capacities. So you will not get bewildered. Like that, he also gives benediction to Brahmaji again. So in this way, Brahmaji, when he instructed that knowledge, he disappeared from the Brahma's vision. In this way, Brahmaji was able to see and heard instructions of the Lord. And Brahmaji praised the Lord. So because of that knowledge, he was able to create this universe as previously he had done. So at that time, so in this way, that time Brahmaji he performed this creation, and he was once upon a time he was uh, following in there. So that time Narada Muni he came to Brahmaji and asked several questions and satisfied the Brahmaji with his proper conduct respecting sense control. So seeing Narada Muni, when Brahmaji was very much satisfied, he spoke this knowledge of Chatushloki to Narada Muni. So this Bhagavad Puran, which is having 10 characteristics, he spoke to Narada Muni, and Narada Muni spoke this to Vedavyas, and who is situated in the banks of Saraswati River, who is meditating on the Lord. And that Vedavyas has imparted that knowledge to Shukadeva Goswami. Now, Shukadeva Goswami is saying that I will impart that knowledge of Bhagavatam to you, O Parikshit. So, in this way, all your questions will be answered. In this way, the Bhagavatam is being explained in the Parampara. So, I will narrate the Bhagavatam with 10 characteristics. So, that's how he continues to narrate that again the process of the Bhagavatam. Maybe should I stop here? We'll continue next week.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. I'm actually inside the airport.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.